All right, fight number 2 of the night underway. Sauli Heilimo coming to us out of Turku, Finland, taking on Carlo Prater out of Houston, Texas.
Nice takedown by Sauli there. Really didn't waste any time to shoot in. We like to call it the fighting town of Turku. Referee starting them back up on their feet again.
Is that Yves Edwards I see cornering
That
Carlo
is Yves
Prater?
Edwards. Yes, it is. And in the other corner, we have Joaquim Hansen, who recently fought Vitor Shaolin Ribeiro for the Shuto title.
Looks like 2 relatively talented guys in the ring here at 9-0 for Carlo, and 8-1 at Sauli Heilimo here.
That's correct.
And 2 talented cornermen as well.
For a tag team match would be even better.
I got $20 for that.
Sauli trying to work his guard here.
Interesting to see. Yves Edwards is a pretty balanced fighter. Be interesting to see how a guy out of his camp adapts to this. He was not the one who went to the takedown here. So it almost seemed like he wanted to stand right off the bat.
Yeah, I think we'll see what happens here on how good Sauli's grappling is and his guard. Seems to be working his legs very well, controlling the wrist. I mean, we always talk about wrist control.
He's certainly doing a good job. Yves is asking Carlo to stand up as soon as he gets the opportunity. So I have a feeling Yves would like to see Carlo keep this standing, and perhaps Carlo wants to keep it standing as well. But so far that is not Saulo's. Is it Saul E? I guess is the
Sauli. Saulo is that Brazilian guy.
Yeah, I've heard of him before, I think. So far, Sauli's will seems to be done here, and that it's going to stay on the ground.
Sauli fights in a event in Finland called Fin Fight, where it's one of the few events in the world that allows headbutts. So he may even think he's training right now, not getting headbutted.
Headbutts at a whole new dimension to these type of fights.
I would think so.
Just ask Mark Coleman.
Someone's knocking at our door. Come in.
Somebody's ringing the bell.
I would imagine that the referee's going to stand them up sometime soon if there's not any more action from either guy. I mean, they're seeing some strikes, but nothing too effective.
Why don't you get up and go over there and tell him to stand him up, would you, Marco?
It's not my job, Wade.
Not my job. As well paid as you are for this job, Marco, you should do whatever we ask of you.
This is true.
Actually, it's those graphics and video guys that make all the money. We probably should get those guys to do it.
To do something, yeah.
When you get your head up, stand up, make him come back up top to you.
So we're seeing a lot of good guard play here in the sense of being Sauli being able to protect himself. He's trying to climb over for an armbar here. He's got him pretty tight. He's got it pretty tight. If Carlo doesn't get out, he's going to get submitted.
Looks like Prater was able to get his arm
Very
turned.
nice escape. Very nice escape right there. I thought he was dead to rights.
It was close. He just couldn't get his hip rotated quite over that arm.
Rotated?
Rotated. Did I say rotated?
It sounded like rotated.
You know, the amount of drugs I'm doing lately, I just really need to stop it.
Now look, how's this for a reversal of fortune here? Arm lock to arm lock. But Sauli's done a little bit of a better job of escaping to a more dominant position.
But there's
Carlo's
Prater
got
with
the
the
underhook.
underhook and goes straight to it.
Oh man, this is a fun match to watch.
Are we watching the SWO or the AFC here?
I think it's the SWO with an AFC twist. It's like new Coke Lime. Sauli's not afraid to use his butterfly guard here.
He seems very comfortable on the ground.
The Finns have really burst onto the scene in the last 2.5 to 3 years with some really decent no-holds barred fighters and submission wrestlers.
Yeah, there's a big guy by the name of John Olaf Heilimo who's made a few marks over there that way, huh?
Yeah, he's not bad, I hear.
He'd never stand up with you, Marco, but
No,
you know.
no. There's not too many people in a lot of areas.
Into the first round.
I have to say it was a very exciting technical round when they were having their back and forth grappling exchanges, arm lock for arm lock, guard passes, cross side positions, escape from the bottom. It was very, very, very tactical match. A round, I should say.
Sauli over in his corner looking to hyperventilate, get some air back into those lungs, get that heart rate back down.
Carlo Prater looks pretty good.
He looks relaxed and he looks to be in shape here.
I never quite understood the legs on your trainer's thighs. This is like a Muay Thai tradition.
Well, he's wearing the Muay Thai shorts. I'm sure he's got some of that background.
So here we go with round 2. It's our second and final round.
Here we go.
Round 2, our second and final round. Heilimo with a...
one of those Mo's.
Yes, certainly. He missed with a big right hand, a slow big right hand.
He's gonna lose sight. Just go off.
Heilimo does a nice job of lowering his level, shooting in. It's twice he's done it, and let's see if he'd be able to pass the guard here.
I was just going to say he really has a very relaxed shot. His shot is very much about dropping his level, penetrating and taking him down. He's had very little trouble doing that so far.
His timing was very good on that one also. It looked like that Prater was off balance, and the takedown was very easy for him to get.
I think Prater was gearing up for a big knee there on the shot, but he just couldn't quite get it off.
Yeah.
A few left hands from Heilimo, but really nothing of substance there. Prater doing a nice job tying up the right arm and keeping himself protected.
Again, more jiu-jitsu or submission wrestling occurring here. A little smack to the back of the head.
Always a pimp's favorite.
Yes.
Like to see Prater stand up here.
Yeah, I think he looks to have good ground game, but just not quite as good as Heilimo.
Edwards asking Prater to punch. And it was nicely placed.
Yes. Starting to listen to his corner now. Heilimo really trying to work that guard pass to establish a strong
I tell you,
position.
I'm impressed with Prater's guard.
Nice leg switch there.
Prater would really like to bring this back to the feet. I always like those late fight flurries. Try to say that 3 times fast.
Flurry. I think I ordered those at McDonald's.
I think that'd be Dairy Queen, wouldn't it?
Oh, tracks. Wrong again.
I'll make a habit out of it.
That's all right. Heilimo in deep on that single. He doesn't seem to be driving very hard, though. What should he be doing here, Wade?
I tell you, he just needs to rotate outside. The longer you stay underneath somebody with a shot like that, the more weight you're bearing and the more chance you give him to get a bounce. You really got to take that outside and get around towards the back. And if I knew anything about wrestling, that's what I'd tell him.
Wade, we all know you know a lot about wrestling.
Professional wrestling. Randy the Macho Man Savage is my favorite, actually.
Actually appeared in the Spider-Man movie. So how do you have it so far, Wade, if you had to call it right now?
I tell you right now, I'd have to say that Heilimo has a slight edge. He has dictated the pace of the fight and dictated the takedown so far. But it's a close fight.
I agree with you. I think for those very same reasons, he's dictated the pace of the fight. I'd like to see Prater start throwing some big punches here to maybe make the difference and be able to pull ahead.
I think Prater's corner needs to tell him, there's a little more desperation here. You need to stand up from this guard. And
No sense of urgency.
you don't think there's a sense of urgency here, Marco?
No, not out of his corner.
No, not out of his corner. But I do think there's a sense of urgency for him to win this fight.
For sure.
Carlo, stomach bumping.
The crowd goes nuts over the thigh to the coccyx, or to the buttocks.
It just doesn't do much. Looks nice, sounds nice, but just doesn't do much.
Stand up and make him come to you, bro.
Hughes Edwards just asked Prater to stand up and make him come to you. I think that's some good advice.
Left elbow and left elbow.
I tried that in my last relationship. It didn't work, Wade.
Right now. Right now.
We have 10 seconds left
10
here.
seconds. This is going to be a close one.
Let's see that late. What did you call it? Some sort of flurry?
Flurry.
Oh, okay.
That's it. 2 rounds. 2 up-and-coming fighters.
We see the ring card girl out here, but I believe that this is a 2-round fight.
Now. What ring girl, Carlo? Marco? Whatever your name is?
Yes. The ring girl that
What ring girl?
is showing her buttocks
Buttocks?
and her breastises.
She has a particularly nice pedicure.
Yes, she does. Very nice jewelry also.
Yeah, I thought I heard you offering to give her a pearl necklace earlier, but I wasn't sure what that was about.
Yes, or maybe the Sea of Love.
Oh, the things we say.
Yes, and do.
All right. I'm sticking with the things we say.
Yes, one of us
Things
is
we
married.
say and the things you do. So as we wait for the judge's decision, what do you got there, Marco? Who do you think won that fight?
I'd have to give it to our man from the fighting town of Turku, Finland. I just did everything that needed to get done. I wouldn't say he dominated, but he controlled the fight and was able to dictate his pace.
Just because I can't stand you, I'm going to go with Carlo Prater.
But at least we know where we stand.
Was there ever a question?
Ladies
Never.
and gentlemen, before the decision, how about a nice round of applause for both fighters, please?
The crowd very appreciative of these two
You know what I'm going to do it
gallant
myself.
warriors.
All right.
As the sound guy takes a hissy fit for your clapping.
That was meant for the sound guys.
18 in favor of Prater. Judges Tim Bonata and Mike Ross scored about 19-19. We have a majority draw.
A majority draw.
Majority draw. I'm not sure if I agree with that. With that call, the
I really
blues
thought my
coming out from the
vindictive statement there was going to pull out for a minute, Marco. I had Heilimo win in that fight. I just wanted to disagree with you.
right out of the gate. Prater's ahead, but I'm not sure where they saw the 2018 round. I'm not sure what that judge is thinking.
I don't know either.
I can, 1919's more palatable. Yes, palatable. But 2018's a rough one to swallow.